Okay, so get this. You know how some dogs just seem, I don't know, built for cuddles more than sprints? Turns out their weight struggles might not just be about one too many treats.
Yeah.
We're going deep today into a study about the genetics of obesity in dogs, and you're going to want to hear this because it might hold clues about our own weight struggles, too. We'll try and keep it fun, though, because who doesn't love learning about dogs?
Right. Yeah, it's actually pretty remarkable how much we can learn from our furry friends when it comes to health and well-being.
Okay, so lay it on us. What's the big deal with dog genes and obesity?
Well, scientists have found that some of the same genes that contribute to obesity in humans, we also find them in dogs.
So it's not just about those extra treats.
Exactly. It's way more complex than that. There's a genetic component at play here that's often overlooked.
So are you saying, like, I was destined to love pizza from birth?
Well, not exactly pizza specifically, but genes can influence things like our metabolism and how our bodies process energy, making it harder for some people to maintain a healthy weight.
Okay, so genetics play a role. Makes sense. But how did researchers even begin to untangle this whole connection between dogs and humans?
That's where things get really interesting. A team of researchers decided to study Labrador retrievers, 241 of them to be exact.
Why labs specifically? Besides being, well, adorable cuddle monsters, is there something special about them for this kind of study?
Labs are known for their, let's say, enthusiasm for food, which unfortunately makes them more prone to weight gain. Plus, they share a lot of our environment and lifestyle, so they're ideal models for studying complex diseases like obesity.
So they're like our furry little research assistants. Got it.
That's a great way to put it.
Did they, I don't know, use any specific dogs for the study? Like, were there any celebrity dogs involved?
Actually, yeah. Their research highlighted two labs in particular, named Oscar and Isla.
Oscar and Isla. Love it. All right, so Oscar and Isla, these canine pioneers, what secrets did they help unlock?
Well, by comparing dog and human DNA, researchers pinpointed several genes linked to obesity that we share with dogs. They looked for similar patterns in the genetic code, like puzzle pieces.
Wow. So did this approach rely on the fact that, we share a common ancestor with dogs way back when?
You got it. By studying how genes function in different species, we can learn a lot about ourselves, and in this case, about obesity.
Okay, so what was the biggest piece of the puzzle that Oscar and Isla helped uncover? What was that like aha moment?
One of the most significant discoveries was a gene called DND1B.
DNND1B. Okay, break that down for me. What does this gene actually do? Is it like the mastermind behind those late-night snack cravings?
Well, this gene plays a crucial role in how our cells handle energy.
So DND1B is like the control panel for our metabolism.
You could say that, yeah.
Fascinating. So if this DND1B isn't functioning properly, could that lead to our bodies storing more fat instead of burning it for energy?
That's one of the leading theories researchers are exploring. It seems variations in this gene could affect things like appetite, metabolism, and even how our bodies respond to different types of food.
Wow. This is all incredibly complex. It's like we're getting a glimpse into this like secret world inside our bodies. So what's next? Like, how do we take this knowledge and actually help people?
That's the million-dollar question, and one we'll definitely be digging into more. But first, maybe we should address the elephant, or maybe the chubby Labrador, in the room.
You mean pet obesity?
Exactly. How big of a problem is this?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, we all love our furry friends, but let's be real, there are a lot of overweight pups out there. So spill the beans. How big of a problem is pet obesity?
It's a growing concern worldwide, and the stats are pretty alarming. The Royal Veterinary College in London reported that a staggering 1 in 14 dogs are recorded as overweight in the UK each year, and in the US, it's even more prevalent.
Wow, 1 in 14. That's a lot of dogs carrying extra weight. What kind of health risks are we talking about here?
It's definitely more than just a cosmetic issue. Obesity in dogs can lead to joint issues, heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer.
Oh, wow. So it can actually shorten their lifespan.
Sadly, yes.
Okay, so what can we do about it? Is it as simple as cutting back on treats and making sure our dogs get enough walkies?
Those are important factors for sure, but this is where understanding the genetic component becomes crucial.
Okay, so how does this new research, like the stuff about DNND1B, change the way we think about pet obesity?
It helps us move away from those simplistic explanations like overfeeding or lack of exercise. You see, some dogs, like those with certain variations of the DND1B gene, might be predisposed to weight gain regardless of how much they eat or exercise.
So it's not about blaming the owner or the dog. It's about understanding that some pups might just need a little extra help managing their weight.
Precisely. And that's where this research can be so helpful. It provides a new lens through which we can view pet obesity and develop more targeted and compassionate approaches to prevention and treatment.
I like that, a more compassionate approach. It's about understanding, support, and working together to keep our furry friends happy and healthy. But how do we do that? What does that look like in practice? I mean, if I know my dog has a higher genetic risk for obesity, what can I do to help?
That's a great question, and one we'll explore in more detail right after a quick break. Stay tuned.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we're back, and I'm ready to dig in. Like, what can we actually do if we know our dog has, a higher risk of becoming obese?
Well, the first step is, I guess, understanding their individual needs. It's like with us, right? There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Okay. So it's not just about, fewer treats and more walks.
Those are important, yeah, but we need to think bigger. Dogs with a higher predisposition might need a more tailored strategy.
Like what kind of tailored strategy?
Well, think personalized diet plans.
Yeah.
Or specific exercise recommendations. Maybe even some, behavioral tweaks to help manage how much they eat. It's about working with your vet to really create a plan that works for your dog.
Ah, so it's kind of like a custom fitness plan for Fido.
Exactly.
Makes sense. But what about different breeds? I mean, we've talked a lot about labs, but are some breeds, more prone to getting chunky than others?
Yeah, totally. Some breeds, like labs, yeah, but also pugs, beagles, they tend to have a higher predisposition to weight gain because of their genetics and breeding history.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you see it all the time, right? Some breeds just, I don't know, seem to put on weight easier. But this whole thing makes me wonder if we can, pinpoint these obesity genes in dogs, could we do the same for humans?
That's what's so exciting about this research. It really does open up a whole world of possibilities for understanding and hopefully treating obesity in both species.
Imagine being able to identify who's at risk early on and being able to help them.
Exactly. We could move from a reactive approach to a more proactive one. Focus on prevention rather than just treatment.
I mean, that sounds great, but are there any, ethical concerns? Could this kind of genetic testing lead to discrimination?
Oh, absolutely. That's a valid concern. We have to make sure that this kind of information is used responsibly and ethically, right? It's about empowering people, not excluding them.
Right. Totally agree. It's about understanding your own predispositions and making informed choices about your health.
Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. What other health insights could we get from studying our furry friends more closely?
Oh, it's mind-boggling. Dogs share so much of our environment and lifestyle. They eat some of the same foods, they're exposed to similar things, they even get some of the same diseases.
It's like having millions of furry research assistants running around.
Yeah, exactly. And by studying them, we can learn about all sorts of human health issues. Cancer, heart disease, even things like allergies and autoimmune disorders.
Wow, so this research is just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, for sure, there's so much more to discover.
What else? What are researchers looking at?
One area that's really cool is the microbiome. Oh, yeah, the microbiome. I've heard that term, but I don't know. I don't really get it. What is it, and what's it got to do with dogs?
Well, the microbiome is basically all the bacteria that live in our gut. And it turns out it can have a huge impact on our health. And get this, dogs and humans have a lot of similarities in their gut bacteria.
Wait, so you're saying my dog and I could have similar gut bacteria?
It's possible.
Yeah.
And by studying the canine microbiome, researchers are learning more and more about how these microbes can impact everything. Digestion, immunity, even our mood.
So our dogs are helping us understand our gut health too. This is crazy.
It is pretty amazing what you can find when you start looking at the connections between, all living things.
I mean, this whole deep dive has been eye-opening, makes you realize how much we still don't know and how much potential there is for huge discoveries. But let's bring it back to this obesity gene research. What's next? What's the next step?
One of the things people are really excited about is developing genetic tests for obesity risk in dogs.
Wait, so you're saying we could get, our dog's DNA tested to see if they're prone to obesity?
It's not sci-fi. It's becoming reality. And these tests could help owners understand their dog's needs and make smarter choices about their diet and lifestyle.
Wow. That would be huge. But I don't know, what about the ethics of it? If we know a dog is genetically predisposed to obesity, does that put, more pressure on the owner?
That's a really good question. And it's crucial to remember that genetics is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not about blaming anyone. It's about understanding the factors involved and working together to create a healthy environment for our pets.
Right. So it's about giving owners the information and encouraging them to make, good choices.
Exactly. It's about empowerment, not judgment.
But what about those who, maybe can't afford this kind of testing? Could it create like a divide between those who have access to this info and those who don't?
Yeah, that's a really important point. As with any new tech, there's a risk of making existing inequalities worse. We need to think about that carefully and make sure everyone benefits from these advancements.
I mean, that's for sure. We need to make sure everyone has access no matter their, background or whatever. So where can listeners learn more about this research and, about the ethical stuff too?
The study was published in Cell Metabolism, which you can find online. And if that's a bit, too sciencey, the BBC Science Focus website has a great article explaining it in plain English.
Awesome. We'll link to those in the show notes for everyone. And of course, if you have any concerns about your own dog, always talk to your vet.
Yes, absolutely. Your vet is always the best source for personalized advice.
Okay, so this has been an amazing deep dive. I mean, we learned so much about obesity genes in dogs, the potential for, personalized medicine for pups, and the whole ethical side of things.
It's been a pleasure talking about it with you.
But before we go, I think you have a little something for our listeners to think about.
I do. If you could get your dog's DNA tested for obesity risk, would you? And if so, how would that change how you, take care of them? Think about it. We'll be right back after a short break to explore those questions.
All right, so would you get your dog's DNA tested? I mean, it's a cool idea, but I have to admit, I'm a little on the fence.
Yeah, it's definitely a big decision. I mean, on one hand, having that knowledge could be really helpful, right? You can make choices about their diet and exercise and maybe even prevent health problems down the line.
Right, like having, I don't know, a roadmap to their best health. But on the other hand, it feels kind of weird, like you're putting your dog on a diet forever.
I get it. You don't want to take away their joy. It's about finding that balance, managing their weight, but still letting them enjoy life.
So less about dieting and more about like a lifestyle change.
Exactly. Make those healthy habits a part of their everyday life, Enough exercise, good food, maybe a few less treats.
It's like we become their health coaches.
Yeah. And think about it. If you were at risk for something, wouldn't you want to know? Doesn't mean you're doomed. It just means you can, take control.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, knowledge is power, right? And
Yep.
we want our pups to be around as long as possible.
This research has really changed how we think about pet obesity. It's not just about calories in and calories out anymore.
It's like personalized medicine for pets. But we have to be careful, right? Like with the ethics of it all.
Oh, definitely. We can't let this lead to, discrimination against certain breeds or dogs. And it has to be available to everyone, not just those who can afford fancy tests.
Absolutely. Everyone should have access to this kind of information.
For sure.
This has been such an interesting deep dive. We've learned so much about, dog obesity, the potential for personalized care, and all the ethical stuff.
It's been great chatting about it.
And to all our listeners, we hope you learned something new today. It's amazing how much our furry friends can teach us about, ourselves.
Keep learning, keep those tails wagging, and we'll see you next time.